Hello, I'm in student preview. This is Dr. Smith, and I want to bring you a high-level week 1 and 2 overview to make sure that you've covered everything and that you understand the format of the class and you understand your expectations as students. There's going to be an announcement out here is where I'll add documents and references to the weekly announcements, because sometimes after a certain period of time, the announcements here may disappear. But I'll have them here as a way of consistency when you first come in the course. The syllabus is still the same. I made some minor modifications to the course schedule and named it version 4. And the reason for that was because the course orientation and inclusive access material, you did the inclusive access quiz and then covered the inclusive access knowledge quiz. But the information, there were details in that course orientation folder that said required resources. And the reason that that is so essential is because those are the foundation documents that you'll need in order to complete the assignments. And what I've noticed in going over that material is that there were a lot of items that were not touched. Let's see if I can give you an example of how the tracking kind of goes. Here, let me see. It may not do it because I'm on the student side of things. Okay, I have 28 students. 28 to 30 students. I have 12 students that have viewed the syllabus. I can show the students that have viewed the syllabus, but I won't show the students that have viewed the syllabus because it's essential that all students view the syllabus. So what I noticed was anything that didn't say it was graded, students didn't touch, which is not the structure of the course. In order to do the assignments, you have to do the foundation information. And I realize a lot of the information can be overwhelming. So I'm just going to use this time just to make sure that you know what you should have touched, which you must go back and touched, because your grade will be reflected in it regardless to whether you've opened it or not. There are a lot of resources. I can assure you the majority of your questions are already answered. And again, one thing that I've learned is not the resources that are available to student, it's how resourceful you can be. So here, and let's go to the Start Here folder. And we went to the Start Here folder. You did your, there was a video for intro. There was a video for the syllabus review. So things of that nature you may be familiar with. Then installing Microsoft Office is the issue that we're going to come back to. That'll be a separate video. We had grading criteria. Let's see, policies, requirements, and discussion boards. And then what's next? Inside of that Cengage Inclusive Access publisher folder, there was information on making sure you allow your pop-ups, the quiz that had a due date associated with it, the Cengage First Day Access, Cengage Student Hours, or just technical support material. Course orientation, again, Module 1 is what we're supposed to be working on this week, but you can't work on Module 1 without the course orientation, which said required resources. So this folder is on release conditions, and since I wasn't in a student account to take the quiz, that's why it didn't open on my side. But here is the contents of the folder where it says here you had an opportunity to read using SAM projects and textbooks, read Introduction to SAM, watch completing a SAM textbook project, watch completing a project in SAM and MindTap, watch completing a SAM training. So again, I can't click on this because since I'm in my account, it'll take me to a different place. But these are all of the things. When they say required, they were required. The student data files were, again, I'll supply those, but again, my students just need Microsoft Access. And and you'll need access 1 through 12. And I did a large data dump and student data download, so I'll get there. But the one thing that I want to ensure that you ensure is that you know that you're responsible for the material. And let me provide an example.